Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Open Central Asia Regional Interest Community. My name is Yerkin Abduraimov, and today I'm going to be your host. And today I'm not alone. I am going to work along with my colleague, one of our regional coordinators from Tajikistan, Parvina Rizoyeva. She will be moderating the chat box and will be facilitating the Q&A session at the end of the session.
Good morning.
Welcome to our guest expert event series. And today our guest is Feruza Erkulova from Uzbekistan. She will be conducting the session on the topic of next generation methodological preparation for teachers. Feruza Erkulova is an associate professor and a PhD at the Namangan State Institute of Foreign Languages. She is a proud T alumna and a recipient of several prestigious awards, including Teacher of the Year and Woman of the Year. An active scholar, Feruza has authored numerous research articles and several academic books, making significant contributions to the development of foreign language teaching and research in Uzbekistan. Her dedication to education, innovation, and professional excellence continues to inspire educators and learners across the region. Welcome, Feruza. We are very happy to have you today. Thank you so much for your contribution to our mutual interest community. The floor is yours.
Okay. First of all, big thanks to Erkin Abduraimov to sharing with us about the event because this is a great opportunity to be one of the members in the Open. And I feel proud of myself in this case because we are working together even last year, December in 2025, we worked, we did some sessions and I like the family so much. And today I have been given the opportunity to present myself and my work, which I'm doing my work on Doctor of Research. And I'm going to share with you. I know, so everyone can hear me, yes? I'm hearable. So I can start. So today I'm excited to introduce innovative AI tools that are transforming how teachers prepare, plan, and reflect in modern classrooms. And these tools help teachers not just teach, but become adaptive, reflective, and research-informed educators. Now I will share my screen. Okay, so let's start from the discussion. Let's wake up. So why innovation in teachers' preparation is important? So why innovation in teachers' preparation? Okay, so those who want to answer, please, you can raise your hand, so you may just write in the chat box.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, please, dear participants, you can share your ideas in the chat box. Yeah, our chat moderator, Parvina Rizoyeva, will moderate it and will read out your answers. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, let's start.
Yeah, let me answer this question. Yes, of course, it is innovation, of course, plays a very big role because we have to keep track the time. We have to keep along with the time because, you know, every day comes out something new, even in education, you know, like, like 5-6 years ago, we didn't know about the AI. We didn't know about ChatGPT, but, you know, everybody uses it, right?
Yeah. So we can honestly say that ChatGPT can help us in planning our lessons, but we have to know how to give the right prompt, yes? And it is a great tool for us in order to help because when I worked at school, let's take 5 years ago, it was somehow difficult for me to make some lesson plans. Now I can just order ChatGPT. If it is 5+, yeah, it can work me and it can work for me. And depending on the students' knowledge and their level, it can just create me lesson plans. Okay, so why innovation in teachers' preparation? So an answer for this question is mine. Classrooms today are repeatedly changing, yes? And students are digital natives. They know their digital knowledge is much better than ours, and they are highly connected and accustomed to interactive content. But I guess they are not using them properly. And traditional teaching methods are no longer enough today. Because I cannot see the teacher who is teaching, who is having their lessons, who are running the lessons in the traditional way. In any case, they can add something new, something digital. And modern teachers must be prepared to the research-based, process-oriented, and reflective approaches. Innovation is no longer optional. It is essential. For example, so imagine planning a lesson on climate change. And traditionally, you would create slides and task manual, yes? But with, for example, with ChatGPT or different kinds of AI tools, you can access verified research, design differentiated activities. Activities depends on their students' level and reflect on their lesson outcomes, and all faster and more effectively. So here I would first tool that I want to highlight is Perplexity AI. I'm going to use in my dissertation work, and I have started research with my students. This is my second year, but students are doing their best in Perplexity AI. So what is this? Unlike generative AI tool that just create content, Perplexity AI provides evidence-backed answers. Teachers can use it to design lessons on research, compare methodologies, support reflective decision-making. For example, let's say you want to teach effective group work strategies. You can ask Perplexity AI, what does research say about collaborative learning effectiveness in secondary classroom? And then AI will provide a concise answer with sources, all sources they will provide, and it will allow you to justify your methodology and plans more effectively. So how can you use in classroom preparation? So you can use Perplexity AI for lesson planning, academic reflection, and task designing, making lessons evidence-informed rather than intuition-based. And the second tool I'm going to recommend is Elsa Speak. Elsa Speak is an AI-driving speech recognition app for improving pronunciation and speaking skill, especially of the students. It provides instant feedbacks at the same time, scores and personalized exercises. For example, suppose your students struggle with the pronunciation of TH sounds, yes, in English. And Elsa listens to each student, identifies errors, and gives immediate corrective feedback. And in this case, teachers can tailor exercises for individual students. What I like is you can work with your students individually. And and how to use this in class? You have to integrate it into classroom practice sessions, speaking practice sessions, most of all, because it can focus only in mostly in practice in speaking, and assign personalized pronunciation exercises and monitor students' progress through analytics. What I love it is monitoring students' progress, because sometimes it's difficult to monitor and give them feedback. And why these tools matter? So why does tool matter in next generation teachers preparation? They align perfectly with process-based methodology, planning, drafting, feedback, and reflection. They can help teachers to develop micro competencies, small, measurable teaching skills like task design, assessment, and reflective practice. And most importantly, they foster innovation in teaching. For example, using Perplexity, different to pronounce, AI and Elsa together, a teacher can prepare a research-backed speaking lesson, assign personalized practice tasks, and reflects on outcomes, all in a structured, data-informed processes. So In conclusion, innovative AI tools like Perplexity AI and Elsa Speak are not just futuristic gadgets. They are practical partners for teachers. They enhance research-informed planning, reflective practice, and competence development. By integrating these tools, we can create smarter, adaptive, and reflective teachers ready for challenging of modern classrooms. For example, imagine a world where teachers spend less time on repetitive tasks, yes, and more time mentoring, inspiring, and innovating. That's the power of AI in education. And now I have presented my own innovative AI tool that I am using in my research work. So now I'm going to grab your ideas, what you are doing based on your methods, on your practice, what tools you have been using so far, and what you can suggest for us. So let's start. Who wants to share with us? Let's start with Erkin, because I know, Erkin, you have been observing, you have been attending so many classes, and I know you have been using AI properly, and you can suggest them all. Not all, I guess in one session, it's impossible to suggest all of them, yes? Okay, so let's start with you, Erkin.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So what was the question?
So what AI tools you are using?
Oh,
in order to ease to make the lessons easy.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to share it with pleasure. So yeah, nowadays I use AI very often. I would say every day, and of course the most I use ChatGPT most often than any other tools, because it gives me some, it's simple and it gives me some ideas, really when I need one, because sometimes nothing comes to your mind when you need one ideas, because for your lesson plan, for your teaching, and it is a big help, ChatGPT.
Yeah, and what I can say about ChatGPT, before the new year, I was seriously ill. I didn't have any voice to speak during the classes. And a day before the lesson, I knew that I cannot run my classes. And with the help of ChatGPT, I created my lesson. I put my photo and generated like a video. And with my voice, with my previous voice, it made a voice of my Feruza Erkulova, and it ran my classes. Just I gave the prompt properly, and I was controlling. I was controlling the monitor, and I just observing the classroom. And the robot Feruza Erkulova, the robot of mine, ran the lesson. Even it gave the feedback to the students. Yes, there were no emotions, but in any case, it could just give me some help. I cannot say some help, more help than, because I could just miss that lesson, but ChatGPT robot of mine helped me during the classes. Okay, so others who want to share the experience maybe you have had?
Yes, sure. Parvina, could you please read out some answers from the chat box?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, there are some colleagues, they mentioned Gemini, Kahoot, and one of our colleagues, Rukhshana Usmanova, has also written about ChatGPT and games for ESL. And yeah, it would be nice if she could share her experience in using them. And Meher Bonu also is mentioning Notebook, Magic, ENG, and Tahmina is writing, you highlight the flow from planning, drafting, feedback, reflection. Which of these strategies has seen the biggest improvement in students' performance since you introduced AI? Will you answer the question later? I can keep it. And after, during the Q&A session.
Maybe we can answer it just at the moment, yes? Can I
please.
stop? Yeah, can I stop sharing the screen? because we can see everyone. Is it okay?
Drafting, feedback, reflection. Which of these stages has seen the biggest improvement in student performance since you introduced AI?
Yeah.
She meant
So
several
I have
stages.
Okay, a very good question, because I have used this in my dissertation work, and this is my third year. I have been using in this one, but using AI during the classes, I have started just in September, because it was also new for me. I have never been aware of ChatGPT itself, but in any case, I started using planning, drafting, feedback, and reflection with the help of different AI tools, especially with Elsa. In Elsa Speak, I planned myself and I gave the prompt properly, because if you don't give the prompt properly to Elsa, like ChatGPT also and other AI tools, so you won't have proper answer, proper planning in this case. So, and then Elsa gave me its drafts. My plans drafts. By some drafts were not based on the students' level, but in any case, for 2-3 times, I asked again over and over to make the different drafts. Then what I liked when we were working with students, it gave the feedback properly, because students speak to this kind of microphones, and Elsa could just record the answers and at the same time gave the feedback properly. What I loved it, because the feedbacks were based on the students' level as well. So I knew my students' level, but in any case for Elsa, they were new students, but each feedback was right in this case. And then reflection. What I loved, the reflection as students also. And then I did this one, the circle, planning, drafting, feedback, reflection. But at the beginning, when I started my practice, it was, I used different kinds of verses. I didn't do any draftings, or I didn't do any reflection. I just did planning and feedback, but it didn't work. But this is the 5th month I have been working with this planning, drafting, feedback, then reflection. Yes, it worked with my students, especially with micro competencies. It was measurable teaching skill for my students, like in designing, assessment, and reflective practice.
Shall we continue with questions, or we'll leave it for Q&A session?
We will leave it for Q&A session.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So now you know AI is something new. For example, in our country, in Uzbekistan, there were new reforms by our president to use AI tools properly, because yes, the whole world is using AI, but in different perspective, in different focuses. But we have just put goals in front of the teachers to use proper appropriate AI tools for our teaching skills, for our education. But yes, we're trying different kind of tools. For example, I have tried lots of them, but because of the internet access, because of the speed of the internet, I was not available. And most of the tools are not free, you know. In order to work with them properly, you have to pay. But the cheapest is ChatGPT, and cheapest is Elsa Speak, and they're much cheaper. The more and over cheapest is Perplexity AI. You can just try with them. Yeah, I have had enough practice working with an AI tool, and that's why today I have recommended to you Perplexity and Elsa Speak. But I cannot recommend to ChatGPT, because you know all that ChatGPT is the best one to work if you give them prompts properly. That's why I cannot recommend. Yes, you know, it's yours. You are using ChatGPT. Yes, I can recommend. How? Maybe you cannot understand me. I cannot recommend. It doesn't mean that I cannot recommend. It is that it's already recommended for you to use ChatGPT. But there are also other tools. in order to use the student skills based on their student skills, like perplexity for teachers to design the lesson, and also speak for students to develop their pronunciation, to check their pronunciation and get immediate feedback. What I liked about the perplexity, it is easy to work with young teachers. You know, you have just graduated the university and you don't know how to work well because, you know, some graduates have some egos to ask for advice of the senior teachers, or maybe senior teachers do not want to help. Maybe they feel some embarrassment in this case. But with Perplexity AI, students just can get the latest method, how to, what to, and they can just develop their methodological skills. I loved it. I can just highly, deeply recommend this tool. And I have been using this one in my research work. I have done with my master's students. I have done with my graduate bachelor students also. It worked. Yes, I can just, without any fear, I can recommend this tool if you want to develop your methodological skills in teaching any subject, especially foreign languages. Okay, so others, if you want to share your experience, because we are all from different countries and you have been using, maybe we are somehow far, behind the innovative tools. Maybe you know better, maybe you have, I know you have observed different kinds of sessions and you know lots of things. And can you share with us what to use, what AI tools to use if they are free? Yes, if they are not free, you can also use with share with us in order to make our lessons more engaging, more innovative. Okay, so your floor is yours, please.
Yes, you can share your ideas in the chat box, or you can raise your virtual hand to speak up.
Okay, I'm reading chat box. Okay. Yes, I like Dilakru Safona was writing here. If students are allowed to use AI in learning, how can tutors so check? Yes, there is, and control learning process. Yes, this is a great question and how issue in front of us. Yes, if we give, for example, let's take from essays. You are giving them essays and immediately our students are writing essays by the help of ChatGPT. And there are also AI tools that can check ChatGPT. Even ChatGPT itself can check itself in the recipient time. You can just copy their questions and send to ChatGPT and ask, is it your work? And ChatGPT, yes. And there are some codes. You know, ChatGPT have codes in all letters and sentences and words, and it can just open, it can just release the answer. And but if it is, what if, there are some ways to humanize the answers. You know, yes? It's easy to humanize the answers. And in this case, what to do? Because you can give them independent works, that you have strict works, you have to assign them. Students do not want to how to make their brain work. And in this case, all AI tools are ready for them to help. So yes, and last month, a doctor, there was a new research how to recognize AI tool. I loved it, but she just recommended sending the question to ChatGPT itself. If others know the answers, please share with us. This is the great concern, big concern among the teachers issue, how to control the learning process here. because you cannot grab the students' mobile phones, you cannot grab their planchettes, iPods. Yes, they are working with AI, because you're saying, yeah, today we are working with AI, but in this case, you are grabbing their mobile phone and you're coming back to traditional method of teaching. So your speech, your action is not in this case. So others, please share with us.
Yeah, sure. It's you can solve the problem with just grabbing their devices, right? Here we have to like to teach them how to use AI, artificial intelligence responsibly. Like you can use it, dear students. It's saying, but you can use it, but you have to like to get the benefit from it, not just a copy paste. And you find the answer.
But they are copying and pasting.
Yeah,
Yes.
just
And
it comes if it comes to the vocabulary learning, you can like find the related words from the AI related to the topic.
Yes, you're right.
The lesson.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
Yeah, it loves saying in conclusion, overall, yes, ChatGPT likes these words, yes. Then afterwards, this kind of introductory words it's using. But any case, yes, if you are doing some recognitions in AI tools, please share with us. This is also the biggest problem among the education teachers, educators. Yeah, we are using innovative tools, but at the same time, it have its own drawbacks. So Muharram says here, I have a question. How can we use AI in integrating the proficiency skills, reading, writing, listening, or speaking in an effective way? Because in most of the classes, teachers still use traditional way of teaching. I see, Absataro Muharram, yes, you were a bit late for the session. And in any case, I can share also. There are lots of AI tools, yes? Let's start from me. There are also different types of AI tools, as I can mention, starting with ChatGPT and others, like I have recommended today, Perplexity and Elsa AI. Yes, but we have to try to run away from the traditional way of teaching, as I have mentioned in my presentation, because students today are digital students. They want to have somehow different classes. They want to have innovative teachers. You can use your robots even. For example, you are having the speaking practice with your students. Even ordinary ChatGPT also can create the robot type of yours and run lessons for 10, 15 minutes. Also innovative type of the lesson, something new. Instead of you are explaining them something new for them, explaining them rules or explaining them or talking about the theme of the lesson, instead of you, it's better to use robots. Robot, you may do it person. It would be more interesting if the face is similar like yours. Yeah, I have, because I use it in my practice, robot type of mine. It was also strange for me, and I loved also my robot type in this lesson. Others, if you have also to Muharram's answer, please share with us what AI tools you are using for integrating 4 skills in an effective way. Let's start with Parvina. Parvina, you are from Tajikistan, yes?
Yes. Okay, so actually, you have mentioned all of the the colleagues also have mentioned all the AI tools I use in my teaching practice, except I think three. I will write it in our chat box. I like it a lot because you can create a lot of different activities. I especially use it for vocabulary learning, and I also use Gamma for creating lesson plans when it is very urgent and when I don't have time. But as you have mentioned already, we need to be very specific and give correct prompts. Yes. And for games, we also use Educa Play with my colleagues. We use Educa Play. It's very how to say you can use the games that it suggests you, and for now it's free of charge, but you just have limits in terms
So
of
once a day,
usage.
yes, it's limit. Karina, can
Yeah.
we say about limit? Yeah, once a day only, yes, or once in a lifetime?
Yeah, I'm not sure about how many times you can use, but it gives you some time. Like you can use it after several hours, for example, after like 90
Yeah.
minutes, like this. But it's totally amazing. I think your students will like it a lot. Yes. And the Gamma is also useful for preparing um, presentations. Yes.
Thank you so much. I liked Rukhshan Osmanova's question. There is in chat box, she wrote, using AI, students become very lazy. Okay, just you have to confess, even in congratulations, if you're going to send some birthday congratulations, just don't say that you have never done it. You write on ChatGPT that someone is going to have a birthday today, and you are writing an extra congratulation to your partner, for example. Yes. And in this case, we are also becoming lazy in writing congratulation text. And Roshan also mentions that students are becoming very lazy. Students use AI to learn something, not only to cheat. Okay, I love it. I loved it because during the classes, I have observed that my students, especially in research writing articles, they are getting lazy and lazy. You know, GPT can do anything. Maybe you can ask them, okay, just write some research that I did with my students in secondary school with 8th grade students in the remote area. And in this place, ChatGPT can do everything, even in the research. I don't like with my students, even with my master students. And yes, in this case, yeah, they are becoming great cheaters. So, does anyone have any solutions? You can raise your hand, or you may write here. Now I can see the answers. Okay.
Dilafruz Okhunova also asked a question, how can you predict the future of usage AI in teaching and learning? I think it is very close to the question you asked about the prevention of cheating.
Yes, but it also even makes our brains more lazy. Yeah, I noticed that my brain also got lazy. Yes, I have mentioned about the congratulation text even. Even my congratulation texts are used with the help of ChatGPT because I don't have enough time to use my emotions. Yeah, I want to write my emotions, my feelings to the person who I work or who is my relative. But I want to congratulate, even with the new year, I have congratulated with the help of ChatGPT because I was in lack of time, and I didn't want to brain my work, to work my brain, sorry. You see? Okay, so in this case, we have to find out the solution. How can you imagine? How can you predict the future of yours? Yeah, I put the question, especially on the eve of the new year. I did some planning for my for the new upcoming year, for the new 2026, and I promised myself not to waste okay, waste on ChatGPT my time and to make my brain again work, because I stopped using my, as I mentioned. So if I am doing this work, and students will do it, and your people will do it. So, and I couldn't see my future in this case. Yeah, and I stopped using.
Raihola is writing, as we are in the 21st century, I don't think we can stop students to get ready works from AI tools. Even though children never stop using phone or tablets in exact or given time. And she liked the way you created the lesson by AI replacing you.
Yeah, it worked. It helped me because I was speechless that day. And with my students, with my master students, I did it. So we can say everything has its own advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so maybe I can be a bit rude, but imagine we are using knife at home for preparing meal. But killers will use it to kill people. Yeah, it's a rude example, but it's just example from the life because I use it all the time. And now it can be used in two different types, in two different methods for advantages and disadvantages. Also, AI tools, we cannot stop students and ourselves also use them because they are borning new types of AI tools and new types of methods and new types of AI tools are created. And the students will not stop cheating, I mean, and we will not stop using them. But we have to let the students know that this is their future. For example, if they want to be doctors, if they want to cure the ill people, if they want to look after the patients, they have to work over themselves. Because even there's some jokes, okay, I asked ChatGPT that my lungs are not working and we just took the left lung. And ChatGPT answered, oh, I'm sorry, it was right lung, not the left one. Right? Yes. And they have just took away the both lungs. It was a joke which I saw on Instagram some days ago. Yes, it can be just a joke, but in this case, we can face some serious problems in the future if we just rely on AI. Yes, when I studied in the US, the teacher said, our professor mentioned about, yes, we cannot do our lessons with we cannot run our lessons without technology, but we cannot realize the technology itself. We just have to overcome them. We have to be over them. Yes, just it should be our facilitator, but not of us, because it can just replace us. We have to be sure that AI cannot replace the teachers. It cannot replace the teachers. As I have mentioned, yes, ChatGPT robot, my robot, replaced me during the classes, during the one class, but I was the facilitator in that day because I was ill. Yes, if you can use in one lesson. And what I fear, 10 years ago, no, not 10 years ago, Terminator, the film Terminator. It was put when we were young, when we were school children. Yeah, those periods I saw, yeah, in the future we can have also this kind of robots. What can happen in the future? So I guess this kind of era is going to come. Yeah, people may use in different functions. Yes, we are using AI robots, we are using AI in our education, but there will be some drawbacks also in using AI. Yes, it can be, if you saw I have seen, for example, in the University of Uzbekistan World Languages, dancing robots. If robot is dancing, it can do whatever, you can just order. So that's why we have to teach our students how to use them properly. Yes, they can cheat, but in any case, we have to teach them, yes? I have asked Rukshan Osmanova's here says, I have asked to write essay, and of course they use ChatGPT. Next time I asked to write essay and took away their phones. Yes, I did it also. And their essays were poor. And now when my students know that we have essay writing class, they bring 2 phones. Interesting. Yeah, my students also did it. Roxana, the same. I was in the same ship also. Yeah, students are smart enough. Even I didn't have any idea of bringing a different phone, but students brought. They know their brain works. Yeah, Roxana. Okay, others, I'm sorry for laughing, smiling a lot. Yeah, interesting. Others, please. Maybe you have had some experiences. And any case we are using AI, we cannot stop. You cannot do anything. Yeah, today I will just take it off and stop using AI. I will come back to my traditional method and I won't make up my students cheat. But the world is changing. The earth is going round. Yes, we are in the 21st century. Everything is robotized, everything is AI tool, and you cannot do anything. You have to show, you have to be side by side with the technology, and teachers when in the digital areas here in the nose. So we cannot stop. We can just teach them how not to teach them. Cheat, just in this case. Okay, others, please.
We have
Can
one more
I say?
raised hand. Anna Bloom, please.
Hi, everyone.
Okay.
Rayona, you want to go first?
Yes, please.
No, go on.
So I just wanted to say that I had the same issue, like even in my final diploma paper back in the day in foreign language faculty, I focused on developing individual style of writing through different types of essays. And that was something that was extremely important because it's not just an essay that they have to learn. There is always a different purpose and a different type of essay, right? So when we face a situation with ChatGPT use, I feel like that all happens because they don't see really the purpose and the joy of working on their own expression. And the only way, it's similar to a famous story that I have was one of the students asking me, like, why do I have to talk about a personal conflict when I have to write a Flex essay, like an essay for Flex application? And the only way, like, he's like, I don't want to talk about the conflict with parents or friends out loud. And I said, okay, well, let's see why they're asking you that. So I think with essay writing and with the use of ChatGPT, the issue is like we have to look at the root cause of that. And of course, they're afraid to fail. And of course, they don't feel strong enough. But, breadcrumb by breadcrumb, we can actually, like, if they start seeing the purpose and they start feeling fulfillment and enjoyment of actually building something of their own and seeing the product, maybe today it's only like 3 sentences in their essay. And, like now this year, I'm seeing a page and a half from the same student and no ChatGPT used. When I see the ChatGPT, the other trick I use is I don't go blaming them for using ChatGPT. I'm actually not even mentioning they did use ChatGPT. I said, like, look, this is pretty cool high vocabulary. But let's see, I mean, that probably will be a little bit difficult for you to to reproduce if you were right now to tell me your essay out loud. So how do you use simple sentences? And then we sit down and rephrase the same thing. And that also gives them the feeling, yes, it might look like, it takes you more time, but the end result is actually them reworking on their own essays, asking for new expressions. We work in the class and end result, I mean, they did start writing essays themselves. I won't say they're not using it completely, but it's a progress.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Anna, for your thoughts. Thanks for sharing your thoughts. Yes, Rayhana, please. Have you raised your hand?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, yesterday I was searching for the, like, kind of holding my, lesson, and I did it on YouTube, and I was get really bored to watch the videos, and I said, no, I will use ChatGPT. It will give me the appropriate answers and the ones which I really need, like for mentioning about levels and mentioning about everything what I prompt in the ChatGPT. So sometimes it's really like time consuming because you need to watch the video from the beginning up to the end, and it takes time, yeah. But ChatGPT gives you like appropriate examples.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's
right.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Even while reading the books, I can also just ask the recommendation of ChatGPT. I share the file of the book and ask the ChatGPT whether I have to read it or not, because I don't have to waste my time. And I ask him what's the plot of the book, because it can be 400-page book, yes, and I cannot just waste my time. And in this moment, ChatGPT gives me a brief plot of the book and whether to recommend or not this book. No, it doesn't say that it won't recommend this book. It says, yeah, based on your interest, it is blah, blah, blah. If you're interested in this case, this book will be beneficial for those who are interested in this sphere. Yes, and in this case, based on my interest, I just get this book and read. Yeah, I tried this also. And what I do also, I send different files, especially for literature review, in order to find about the scientists' ideas, what I'm searching, and send different files. And ChatGPT just gives me the recent reviews of the different articles. Also helpful. But working with students, challenging, yes. In different cases, students will cheat. But we cannot stop using AI during the classes. And Parvina says, it's true that AI gives a specific answer. I agree. Jenny AI, yeah, I tried also Jenny AI. Yeah, you can answer ChatGPT. So if you are giving, if you are sending that prompt, again, you have to send this. Okay, are you sure? Is it okay? If we use it, ChatGPT says, oh, sorry, you can use in a different way. Yeah, because you have to ask not only once, you have to ask twice, 3 times. But anyway, instead of, I have used ChatGPT for preparing my students, my master students, my graduate students or bachelor. But what I like is Perplexity AI for developing their methodological skill. It's better than ChatGPT. Yeah, ChatGPT is helpful, but different to pronounce. Perplexity AI is much more convenient to work with young teachers, especially with young graduates. If you want to work, if you want to develop your methodological skill. Yeah. Yeah, although the Harvard says the use already depend on AI. The brain always gets used to doing the easiest things. Yes, you're right. Unfortunately, that proves that we should learn the ways and methods of effective use of this tool until it reduces creativity and critical skill thinking. Yes, even new research work can be done on it. Also, then you kind of let's think over to do a research work on this one. Yeah, I love this. Yes, this is a big issue, as we have mentioned earlier. And Rahula says that she wanted to add that GPT prizes you, understands what is your goal, except teaching. Okay, Rahula, can you, okay, and praise also encourages you to become your best. Rahula, can you share with us how GPT prizes you, what you mentioned here? Maybe I didn't catch
for example, when you give some prompts about like lesson plans or warm-ups or leadings or stuffs, yeah, or how to make the lesson engaging, ChatGPT already knows how dedicated teacher are you, or for example, how
Ah,
dedicated
yes.
trainer are you, mentor are you? So it finds out what why do you need that things for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
and it starts praising you. Of course, it encourages you to work, and yeah, and you get a good mood. As it's for me, I don't know for about others, but
Especially when you're speaking, when you have no one to talk. Yeah, ChatGPT is a good partner to talk. Yes, about even your problems, about your souls, how you spend your day to day, and you can share your feelings. Even you can release your stress with ChatGPT. Yeah, because as you have mentioned, Rayhana, it can just prize you because no one does it. Mhm.
And excuse me, Feruza, Anna here mentioned a very interesting thing. Just she wants us to be careful with asking quotes because ChatGPT often creates citations and quotations. Checked many times. She didn't recognize the sentence, and the answer was, yes, you are right, no direct quote like this. And I also like faced this problem when writing my article. I noticed that when there was some incorrect information, even a piece of incorrect information, and I was not very sure about that. And when I double checked it and wrote to ChatGPT that the information it gave wasn't correct, she said yes, like, or he, I don't know. It is very weird. I can read now Raihona's like opinion, and we have listened to her, and of course it's weird because it's not a human being, and it is kind of I'm very afraid of it to have control over our lives.
You are right. The same situation can happen with everyone because you may send your name to ChatGPT. Yes, for example, you may write, for example, Janil Nakimbekova, who is that person, what she did. And ChatGPT, if you have never spoken, if you have never sent any prompts to ChatGPT, can answer differently about a different person. But if you have been so far with ChatGPT, if you have worked, because ChatGPT knows what you can answer, what you can ask him, yes, because you're asking about your lessons, about how to do works in your home even. And in this case, ChatGPT will answer based on the questions you have sent before and can recognize, can just analyze what kind of person you are and can send. But at first, when I asked about myself, who am I and what kind of person I am? And ChatGPT answered that I'm the person from Afghanistan. I am a tennis player, and I cannot forget this answer. And this, I'm a transgender, and yeah, something different, but it was not me. Yes. Then I have started to work with it, and now it can answer how many children I have, what I am interested, what is my professional sphere, what articles I'm reading, because I am asking him prompts, not him. It prompts, yes, and in this case, it analyzes my work, and in the recipient time, it can just say what kind of person I am. And now he answers. Okay, ChatGPT says, okay, you are a very busy person. You are interested in teaching, especially in preparing future teachers, and la 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 la. Based on my articles that I'm reading, based on my prompts, it is answering what it is saying, what kind of person I am. About, yeah, so many things.
Feruza, I don't know if anybody has this joke handy, but there is a good joke in internet somewhere about two or three chat GPTs like talking to each other, and then one says like two are just having a leisure time, resting and doing all stupid jokes, and then one comes and he's like crying again, and he's like, "Yeah, mine is asking again for some literature review." Well, just give her whatever. Just write something, just create it. He's like, well, yeah, but like, how do I do it honestly? And so the whole joke is like, just feed her something. Then if she recognizes that's not true, say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake," and then read. So, right, and it's like it became a famous joke over time.
Yeah, yeah. What I don't like. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry. Yeah, it always answers. Yeah, I love this, Anna. So, Erkin, do you want to say something?
Yeah. I think I'm sure our speech, our conversation will end, for a long time because AI's limits is endless nowadays. So yeah, it's already time. It's already an hour. And Feruza, you have asked a lot of questions, and the people here, participants, expressed their opinions. Here very actively in the chat box, and they raise their hands. So we can have one more question, last question, if you want, any participants, if you want to ask one more question. If no, we will move forward.
So, okay, so I don't have any questions now. Just we have to find out the solution, how not to make our students cheat during the classes. But we cannot stop using AI during the classes. Yes. Yeah. We have to find out the solutions. If someone knows the solution, how to stop using cheating, just share with us.
Yeah.
I also need this.
Of course, we are going to upload the session on our Facebook page. You can ask questions to Feruza anytime under the post, under the recording. So you can even ask your questions. You can answer their questions, which was asked here in this session. So anytime you are welcome. Okay, thank you so much, Feruza. We are very happy to have you, our regional coordinator from Uzbekistan, Feruza Erkulova.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It's a great pleasure to work with you. And Erkin, if it's possible, we have to join offline as well. Yes. If you want, you may come to Uzbekistan, to our institute. We can just host you and all those who are participating here, because even taking as an example AI, we are going to have a long discussion, yes, because we need this. Maybe we have to organize something different also. We can talk on our WhatsApp group. Thanks so much for being our leader again.
You are welcome. You are welcome.
And Parvina also, thank you so much for being a moderator today.
Yeah, one last question. I've totally forgotten about it. Meherbonu asked if you apply AI in your scientific research, like in your dissertation. She mentioned your thesis.
So, in what sphere I am using? Yes, I am using ChatGPT in my research work. But how? At first, I didn't know. Okay, let's say from my experience, I'm honest in this case, and I also teach my mentees also not to do it. Because at first, I just lay on my chair and ask ChatGPT, okay, do this one, or find this one. Okay, and I realized that the answers were wrong, because we're in the scientific research work, we have to find the right answers, and we have to be sure where these resources are right. Then I asked ChatGPT, okay, what about the resources, links? But in this case, as Anna mentioned, she just asked me to be sorry. It was sorry. Why I say always he is sorry. Yes, and I started doing it in a different way. I am finding myself the files, what I need. For example, I need 5 works from my country, 5 works from foreign countries' work, yes, and I just take their work and I copy paste the researchers' ideas. I just take and I copy and paste what I need and ask ChatGPT, okay, do my sentence in a scientific way. Yes, but only in English it can do, but in mother language, in my mother tongue, in Uzbek, it doesn't have a good talent in this case, doing the research sentences. But I have to find the resource myself. I have to find the review and put in one place, then I have to send to ChatGPT. But in any case, there was a situation when I asked to write about J. Jalolov, the great scholar of our country, J. Jalolov. Actually, his name is Jamal Jalolov, but ChatGPT answers Jahangir Jalolov. And he wrote the articles which he has never written before. And yeah, and in this case, I checked this person. Yeah, Jahangir Jalolov doesn't exist in our academic sphere. Yeah, maybe there is someone who is Jahangir Jalolov, but the author, how to teach English methodology, is not his work. Yes, and it was my first experience with ChatGPT. Then I stopped using ChatGPT just to ask. I am just sending files. Yes, and for other researchers, I'm also recommending this one. Just send your file or put your reviews, all your reviews you have done you so far, and put in the sentence and send the prompt to ChatGPT. But in any case, you won't have the right answers. Be careful in this case. Maybe, maybe there are some AI tools that can do research work properly, but I cannot recommend in this case. You have to have your own ways in doing. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the questions, dear participants. Thank you so much, Feruza, for answering these questions. Thank you, everyone, for participating. I would like to thank again, Feruza. Thank you for contribution to our mutual interest community. Wish you all the best in your future endeavor. Hope to see you again in our events, sessions as a presenter. Okay. We have a good news. So we are starting to issue certificates. So I'm going to share the link. So it's separate for the speaker. Don't worry, Feruza, you will get anyway. So because we are just starting the issuing certificates for our participants. So please complete this form. I'm going to share the form. So and it will be available just 10 minutes. Please don't share with anybody. Okay, this is just for the participants of our session. Please don't share it with anybody.
Great.
Okay, thank you. Please keep yourself muted. Thank you so much. I'm going to take a little bit of your time to share some announcements. Okay, now tomorrow we are going to have our alumni event. It's going to happen tomorrow, 7 p.m. Tashkent time, where we are going to, and it's the 15th, January 15th is also a birthday of our interest community, Open Central Asia. So we are going to have like an informal conversation with you, dear teachers. Please join. And we are also going to celebrate our birthday together.
Yeah, there will be party, yes?
Yeah, it's online. A kind of party with some
online party.
Yeah,
online
conversations. Party. Like it won't be recorded, so you can be relaxed. So you can share your opinions, you can share your insights, say some birthday wishes, and so on. And on January 23rd, we are going to have our speaker from Tajikistan, one of our regional coordinators from Tajikistan, Parvina Rizoyeva. She's here today. She's moderating the chat box, and she's going to conduct the session on the topic of how can we develop our students' writing skills. Interesting topic, isn't it?
Thank
Okay.
you.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Arvino,
looking
I will
forward
be
to
your
having you.
moderator.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And,
It is really nice of you.
And on January 27th, sorry, January 27th, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Tashkent time, our guest from Turkey, Dr. Nermin Pınar Özçelik. She's going to conduct a session on the topic of AR supported reading and AI ethics in language learning. Please join. And our Alumni Connect segment series, our topic of the month, inclusive education and inclusive learning. Our speaker is going to be Mavluda Zulfova from Tajikistan. And the session will be on January 31st, 7 p.m. Tashkent time. And she's going to conduct the session on the topic of inclusive education practices at a secondary school in Tajikistan. These are going to be very amazing events. So now, if you want to be a part of our growing community, please join our Facebook page and the YouTube channel. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Erkin, for being there.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, dear colleagues.
Thank you, dear participants. Please fill out the form. It will be available just 10 minutes. Then I will unpublish it. So please don't share it with anybody. This is just for your professional development, for your personal professional development. You can't use it for your personal development maybe in your country, but it's for your personal professional development. That's it.
Right. Yes, you're right. And dear colleagues, thank you so much for being there, for attending today's seminar. And I do hope that our Central Asia